Man, yeah, I've been here since like the 7th or 8th. I went to the UK for a couple days, got really sick, got the sinus infection that's I'm still battling a little bit, but I'm much better. And then this is it. This is the last show for 2023. And I was just thinking about that. It was like 1 year ago at this exact time, I was finishing up my year in Pakistan. So, again, it goes to show how wild the wrestling business is. Last year in Pakistan, this year I've been hanging out with you fine Italians and eating lots of pasta and enjoying myself. So, and then beyond that, January has already started booking up, and I'm just gonna kind of see what's out there for me. I have had the last couple of years I've been at NWA trying to develop myself and kind of evolve my character in every way I possibly could, and now I'd like to bring that to whether it be AEW, Impact Wrestling, or of course WWE. I've always had a good time in Italy. Some of my earliest memories are actually a promotion that was called NWE. So we did we didn't necessarily tour Italy though, but it was an Italian promotion. But it did originate in Italy and then toured around and stuff like that. And then they're very welcoming to me. I've always been I've played a heel character throughout most of my career, but I've always kind of gotten a baby face, a good guy reception in Italy for whatever reason, and had a kind of good Italian fan base. And, I think we'll see some of that tonight in the match. And I don't know, they just seem like a very, passionate wrestling fans. I don't know, Italy also gets kind of starved for wrestling a little bit. I just had found out that I guess WWE hadn't been here in 5 years or something. So, I think they love it, the Italian wrestling fans. And when they do get it, they usually, really display that. But I've always enjoyed coming here. I think a lot more actually within the last few years. I did find out that I, through my dad's side, have Italian heritage because I didn't grow up around my dad, so I didn't know that. And I was constantly asked throughout my life if I was Italian, and I was lying to people saying no, but I actually am. And I just really enjoy the food. Italian pasta, to me is just like the best ever. And the people have been they're very warm. At least my experiences with them. You know what I mean? So I always enjoy that aspect of it too. And my ex-girlfriend was actually Italian, so we did spend a good couple weeks out in the country and stuff like that. So just a great place, great weather too. The weather is beautiful out here. I mean, it's not. I always make the compare, in the UK, it's always kind of drizzly and rainy. Out here, you guys have some beautiful sights. The sun's out, and it kind of reminds me of California a little bit. So love that. LA for me is the type of place where I've told people this, you really appreciate it when you're not there all the time. Because, when I leave and go to different places, I come back to LA and you do kind of appreciate it because the beautiful weather, and it's just it's always nice there and stuff, but also it's very, very crowded. So it's the type of place that can really put you on edge when you're there 7 days a week, every week. So but for me, I love coming back after a trip, and also I really enjoy leaving. So it's kind of an ideal situation for me. In wrestling years, 4 years without touching someone is almost kind of like a whole nother lifetime. So I don't really even have much reference of that last match, but I do know tonight's going to be a hell of a contest. And you got a champion versus champion situation tonight. Him being the champion here, and me being the Dungeon Wrestling heavyweight champion, which is obviously the promotion of the Hearts and kind of today's version of Stampede, I'd like to think. So, and then with the rest of the guys, I think, when I come to Europe, I'm glad because I've seen a lot of guys take a lot of strides. You know what I mean? Like there was a while there where UK had was the only place that had really the good wrestlers. Well, I guess in Germany had some too, but now you can see that guys have gotten a lot more solid in terms of the art form and psychology and that type of stuff. Because there were a lot of places in the world that had kind of no good skill of psychology yet. A lot of their matches were just cool stuff thrown together. But you know, you have to have psychology in order to implement stuff in the right places. And so I think they do a lot better job of that, because it hasn't been something I've looked at and been like, oh my gosh, what is going on? You know, I think tonight the match with Red Scorpion, you know, Red Scorpion is a fantastic wrestler, and he relies a little bit more on, you know, the aerodynamic or aerial offense. So, and then obviously I'm a bit more of a bigger, stronger force than Red Scorpion, but it's not exactly a David versus Goliath thing either. So I think it'll be a nice, you know, athletic contest, two athletes in there going at it. I definitely have the strength advantage, and I will utilize that. And I also have the master lock, which nobody, including the Red Scorpion, will ever break. Well, except for Bobby Lashley that one time. But on the flip side, I'm also you know, a wrestler. Like, I don't just rely solely on strength, but I obviously will have the strength advantage over the Red Scorpion tonight. We have wrestled before, so we know each other. There's that aspect of it too. But I don't know. If I was a betting man, I'd be putting my money on me, that's for sure. I mean, I'm the one with the resume. I'm the masterpiece. He's not the masterpiece. And I've got the master lock submission. And I just can't see Red Scorpion breaking out of that with all his talents and all his know-how and all his years and knowledge in the business. I don't think he has an escape for that. So in terms of that, I'd say that I will be walking out of here with the World Championship, 2 belts, 2-belt Adonis, because I do like to call myself Adonis rather than Masters now. And yeah, I think either way though, it's going to be a hell of a contest. All the people here I know are going to enjoy it. I'm sure Scorpion will have his fans. I'll have my fans too. And you know, it's all in the spirit of good competition. You know what I mean? That's what it's about.